Didn't test it. Hello. Forged in the lockdown. Hello and welcome to Critical Questions, the Unfathomable quiz. I've trawled the internet for the best, worst, most interesting and ridiculous dumb questions I can find. And with any luck, my guests will be able to answer all of them.
And the host.
Possibly the host.
No, there's no Manda's here. There's no possibly about it.
That was definitely not in the introduction or the rules for the quiz.
Plus, you realize that in a game show, the host doesn't normally answer the question.
Exactly.
Only the guest.
This is an expert.
Normally in a game show there's points and there's like a winner as well. But
there is points. There is points. Look, see, there are points, and Brian is winning, which is odd because he's not here.
I haven't been here for a while, do I? I don't think I even have any points.
Not this season, no.
Points, but Brian was a thing.
There's points.
A points
I'd be like Alan Davis on QI, you know.
Are the points completely? Are they completely at your whim, Dave?
Mostly, yes.
Okay.
I won last season.
You didn't win points.
Yeah, Sarah was the only one with points.
Sarah won most points. You won funniest answer.
Right.
So your box is on top, just there of the boxes I haven't yet sent.
Oh, that's how the trophies work. You know, if you won something, that's when you send them out. Not the person who sat there and helped you think of ideas for the trophies or the names.
Your box is there too. Your box is there too.
They are. I mean, to be honest, some of them are participation trophies. But...
Well, aren't they kind of all participation trophies?
Yeah,
right?
Pretty much.
They are.
When am I getting my? Actually, don't answer that right now.
No.
When are you getting yours? Probably not for months.
You don't. I just said.
He is living in the UK, so
yes,
but
next
year.
There are complications. He lives in a fucking badger set. Do you have any idea how difficult it is to post to a badger set?
Yeah. I just want to point out actually that when I sent something to Manda, it got there within days. Okay.
Yeah, the issue here is that they are boxed, ready to go. I just haven't sent them.
Dave, I don't know if you know this. I work for this thing called the Royal Mail, right? They're quite good. What they'll actually do is you pay them a little bit of money.
Wait! Do you get employee discount?
No.
Damn.
I might get a few free stamps near Christmas. That's about it.
Do you get any perks like for letters not delivered, you get to eat it?
Do you get to keep the ones that rattle with metal?
Yeah, not really.
What if
I tell you what? Actually, though, I can't. I mean, I'm sort of limited as to what I can and can't actually say. But I will say that many years ago, I had one where a shit ton of white powder came out, and we had a panic on our hands.
Was it cocaine though?
No, this was man. Let's just say this was late 2001 to give you an idea.
Okay, so
it was flour.
Did you get any boxes of American ballots?
I thought they came in duffel bags.
If I like don't have any stamps and I just sellotape the value of a stamp in pennies to the envelope, will that work?
It used to work.
It used to work back in the day.
I did that once when I was like 8 or 9. I was off by 2 cents, and I just taped 2 pennies to the envelope.
This is why they started putting the postmarks over the stamps. You know. See, this is the. So yeah, because I should actually point this out. Actually, that someone may want to tell Donald Trump this, that willful delay in the mail is a criminal offence in the United States as well as in Britain.
What's what?
But apparently, dismantling the postal service isn't.
Yeah. Yeah, that's cool. That's called government.
Right, shut up. I need to introduce you. I didn't get that far yet. Today we've got Mr. Watchtower Watching Dave. What? That sounds creepy. Hello.
G'day. I'm always watching you, Dave.
Are you now? It's Amanda that's got a camera in my kitchen, apparently. Mr. Godless Scummer.
Yeah, She got the kitchen, I got the bedroom.
But we share. Cool.
We share.
I send her the footage anyway, so.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Yes.
I'm here.
Nobody's surprised by that. It's fine.
No. We've got Miss Manda. We've got Godless Granny. And we have a very, very annoyed Badger.
What? Oh, hello. On MySpace, Star Wars good, Disney bad. Hi.
You said that the wrong way round.
No.
I'm pretty sure Disney doesn't own MySpace.
No, I just wanted him to doubt what he'd said because he said it quickly.
Yeah.
You think I said it quickly, but I actually rehearsed it.
You rehearsed it.
Yeah.
I have to rehearse sounding unrehearsed, otherwise I can't say it.
David, the gaslighting.
I'm going to say you want to leave it a little while before attempting to gaslight Badger.
Hold on.
What?
Nerdy can go fuck himself. And wait, was it you that started this shit, Dave?
I don't know. I've absolutely no clue what you're talking about. We should carry on.
What's that? The Georgian? What the fuck is that?
I am not fucking from here. Take me for a southerner, please.
Or rather, I have to rehearse sounding unrehearsed if I want my unrehearsed speech to actually have the right information in it.
Hello, Badger.
Hello.
Right.
You reside in Georgia. You're not from
You do
Georgia.
realise,
Thank you.
Amanda, that telling Nerdy to go fuck himself is like telling me to
Go fuck yourself.
perform fellatio on myself. Or go fuck myself.
Did you see SNL's skit on that for Halloween with the Headless Horseman?
No, it didn't.
No.
No.
Oh, they were all asking Ichabod Crate started and asked
Ooh, that's good, yeah.
if he ever uses it.
I missed SNL recently. Oh, right. I need to do two things before we go. Right.
So,
Yesterday.
we're done with the show?
No, we want to go with the questions. See, when I went to check the membership of Dr. Osiris to get his icon to put on the start bit, PJ Smith sneaked in. And I don't know when. Yeah. Right, now, I need to do something for PJ. Specifically, she got her account banned again. So
I thought her old account was
Yeah.
been reinstated.
she had a multiple thousands account that she got banned. That got banned, and she got her new one, which she's had for a few months, and that's now got banned because she. Yeah, I'm not telling why she got banned. So there is her new Twitter account. Everyone needs to be following her. She
Has
promises not
anyone
to post. What?
Yes, sir.
You want to see my explosion sound effect?
No.
Wait, how do you see a sound effect?
That's what I was wondering.
It's where, you see where you've put it.
Do you want to do it before we start?
Do what?
Explode.
Oh, it's not for you. Well, it is for you, but it's not for you now.
Oh, that worries me somewhat. What are you planning?
No. I mean, nothing.
Right, let's do a question. Question.
What
1,000.
does before you ask the question, what does MathPig mean by he got the toilet?
I don't know. I was wondering that.
He's talking about where the secret cameras are. I'm not even paying attention, and I'm paying attention. What's going on?
I hope it wasn't a
Okay.
reference to the conversation we had on here yesterday.
I don't recall the conversation we had yesterday that involved toilets.
We had a conversation. Oh shit! I'm in the wrong folder.
But yeah,
Shush,
it's
just
probably.
ask the fucking question.
I want to know what happened yesterday with toilets.
Oh my god. Why? You're just gonna forget in 3 seconds anyway.
And
Explosions.
Dave, someone we were discussing that there was a discussion about the merits of a grey gym sock or just straight into the toilet.
Oh,
You're all wrong and
Right.
stupid on that question.
I think we're going to have to rename the show
Sorry.
Critical. Maybe we might possibly get to questions.
Mhm.
You're
Right.
all wrong and stupid on that topic, by the way.
What? Gym socks fine.
No, it's not. It's why?
Because they're just the
use
thing
a
you
gym
have lying around on the floor.
I don't own gym
Why
socks.
is
Well,
this
just
a
socks.
conversation? There's a fucking socks.
Flick.
This is a conversation.
This is
See it?
Manda, please. This is more important than climate change, right? This needs to be discussed. Okay.
I mean, I remember there was something reading about it that something went along the lines of that which does not go in the wife goes on the shirt.
Gym socks cause global warming.
Doesn't anyone wipe it on the curtains anymore?
No.
I don't have curtains. I have a blind.
The fact that you used the phrase global warming there actually works this time, so we'll go with it.
You think
Hold
it's
on.
the massive abundance? What? No, let's do a question.
Sorry. Just need to clean it up. Sorry.
Sammy,
Oh. And
Yes.
the stream
Don't do
is
that.
already in the
Don't do
gutter.
how washing curtains is very difficult. Like, just saying, don't do
But
that.
if you're flicking it across the room, a lot of the time it's going to land on the
Why
curtains anyway.
What is going on?
Nope. I'm not taking part in this conversation.
Jackson says, "This is lowbrow even by this channel's standards." And Nerdy says, "Not your own
Not my
curtains."
fault.
Oh.
You really
have,
need
you
to
have
stop
no
bringing
idea
me
how
on.
low brown this will be.
Right, can we do a damn question?
Oh, cock
It's
ends.
your fucking show.
Well, I'm trying. People keep bringing up.
Yeah, you
You
Hey,
have a
stop-
mute
stop
button.
messing up
Online.
Stop messing up my video editing software.
No, shut up. Right, question. 1,243.
You're echoing.
I was thinking that. Why am I echoing?
There you go.
Badger.
It's better
I've
now.
got a headset on.
Oh.
I think.
Right, question 1,243. What is the most? What is the? The first question I fail at
What
reading
is
it.
the?
Question 1,243. What is your most disliked dessert?
Oh, I see where this is going.
Do you?
Don't I?
Anything with banana in it?
I don't.
You don't like banana at all?
No, not particularly. I just banana split. There we go.
Banana split. Yeah, banana split's all right. Nerdy says any dessert with meat in it.
Made
Theo
in
says
it.
spotted dick. Go on.
Great.
Meat in it.
What's wrong with spotted dick?
It's very heavy and fruity. I mean, I can take a little bit of it with custard.
I haven't.
There's an
I
obvious
haven't
joke I
spotted
shouldn't
dick in
make.
years.
Is it like a really solid fruit cake?
It's not. It's quite dense, but it's not. It's not the most solid, but it's quite dense. Godless Sewing says baked Alaska or anything with plantains. Nerdy says I love spotted dick and custard. Manda,
What
you like
is
spotted
with
dick?
England? Yes, all the spotted dick. Never had it. What is
The
with
English
England
can't
and
cook.
all the fucked up words and phrases for food that you guys have?
Because the English can't cook.
Yeah,
So that we can
that
have
is
entire conversations in polite company about how much we love to eat dick.
good. Bad. So,
That's pretty much it.
am I supposed to answer this question now?
Yes.
You know what is the worst when you go to have a chocolate chip cookie and they're fucking raisins.
Yes.
That's terrible. It's like Hague level of evil.
But
So.
do you think that raisin cookies are evil, or is it just that switch where
No,
you think it's
I
chocolate?
mean, I don't hate raisins. I like oatmeal raisin cookies, but when you're expecting, you're just like, oh, a chocolate chip cookie, and then it's fucking raisins, what's wrong? It's heartbreaking, yo.
Yep. It's an unforgivable crime at that point.
Mhm.
Theo says Toblerone is a good dessert. It's the problem with Toblerone is it's a bit hard.
I thought
I
you.
wouldn't really
Never mind.
call it a dessert, but
No, it wouldn't. It's more like a chocolate bar.
Yeah, I don't know if you can call it a chocolate bar or candy at all dessert. So.
Granny, why do you hate Battenberg?
I don't care.
I said.
Do you know what the worst thing is? I completely forgotten. At no point in writing this question, and I wrote this question, I didn't steal it. I wrote this question, and right up until that point, Battenberg hadn't entered my head. And then all of a sudden, I looked at you and thought, shit, I need to ask Granny why she hates Battenberg.
About what?
I fucking said. I knew this would happen.
You may well have done. I did not. Granny, what is your most disliked dessert?
Anything that combines strawberries and milk. For some reason, I do not like those two together. So I don't like strawberry ice cream, strawberry milkshakes, anything that has strawberries and milk together.
Do you know what's really odd? I love the taste of strawberries, but I do have issues with it with other flavors.
Yeah,
I don't mind it with milk. I'm not weird like you.
Fuck's sake.
Cheese is vile. There's no two ways about that. But I do know what you mean though with strawberries. There are things I desperately dislike strawberry flavors with, but I absolutely love the flavor of strawberries and strawberry flavored things. Badger.
Yes.
Why is Battenberg the most disliked dessert? It's got badgers in it.
Strangely enough, it isn't. I actually rather like Battenberg. It's very good, and you should all eat it. As you can see, I have some here.
Yeah, that fucking piece of cake has been there forever.
It's stale. But you know what the best thing about? Do you know what the best thing about Battenberg is? You can't tell the difference if it's stale.
You really can. You really can, because of that time that I forgot I had some in storage for 3 months after its sell-by date. I can confirm you can definitely taste when it's gone off.
Battenberg is like perpetually stale from like the moment.
I will slap all of you.
It's back in the day they would have used Battenberg as like an alternative to hardtack.
Yeah.
Slap is incoming. Right, what dessert do I not like?
Junk Shop, wait 2 seconds. Junk Shop says, I hate when I think I'm in for a delicious raisin cookie and get a damn chocolate chip one instead.
You weird.
Dirty objects to Battenberg because it doesn't have any battens in it.
I showed you how it functions as a berg all over Twitter, nerdy.
Jess says, vanilla ice cream, it seems like it's just a base for actual flavours. It kind of is. Badger.
Yeah.
I don't mind vanilla.
It's an age thing. You're old.
What do I not like? Turkish Delight. That's what I don't like.
I've got to agree. I'm not very keen on Turkish Delight.
I don't know why.
One of those things, people would buy me a chocolate bar as a kid, and you go, oh,
are we talking a Fry's Turkish Delight?
No, we're talking Fry's Turkish Delight!
I don't know if it's just a case that I've only eaten shit Turkish Delight, but
yeah,
whenever I've
because
eaten
everything else is quite shit, Badger.
Yeah,
so
whenever
I'm
I've
with you,
eaten it, I just kind of go, I eat it, and I'm there like, I'd really rather have preferred this was anything else.
Depends on which flavour of Turkish Delight. If it's the standard
flavours.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, if it's the standard, what they call rose Turkish Delight, yeah, that's pretty bland. But some other flavours of it that are quite nice.
I think this is fake
news.
news.
What's Fry's? Fry's is rose.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's quite strong.
You clearly know way more about it than I do. I thought all I know is about Fry's Turkish Delight.
Yeah.
I've been so disappointed when I got one.
I would say and I really struggled to come up with anything. But anything with nuts.
You don't like nuts?
Peanuts
conversations. I was convinced you like nuts.
I love nuts. Ones that you give back, not one shit you eat. Peanuts, yes, but all other nuts, really, no. Walnuts are disgusting.
I'm not a great fan of walnuts. What was I going to say? I don't like anything with cherry in it. I don't like cherries. Why I don't like cherries? I don't like cherries. And I would say I dislike plums and anything with plums in it, but the problem is I've not eaten a plum since I was about 5, so I might like them. They just kind of turned me off because I was so sick because I ate so many. Right.
So basically, so what you said there is ever since you lost your cherry, your plums make you sick.
Yeah.
What I heard.
I hate how the phrase, and someone else mentioned it recently, that having a cherry on top is meant to be the epitome of success or something good. And in my head, so when someone says with a cherry on top, it's like, well, we'll take this really nice thing and then ruin it.
But it's an aesthetic thing.
Is it?
It's the finishing touch. It could be whatever the fuck you want it to be.
I love cherries.
Most normal people like cherries, Dave. So yeah, so the analogy makes sense, but.
Yeah, Dave, you've got to treat it as garnish.
Garnish.
Yeah, that's kind of how you got to treat the cherry. Yeah.
Just throw it away.
Throw it away if you don't like it.
It seems wrong, but anyway.
But see, if it's not there, it doesn't look finished.
Yes, it does. Just nicely whipped up.
You're under the impression that Bakewells would be a lot nicer without the cherry.
Yes, very much so.
I actually would prefer Bakewells without the cherry. It's the icing and the jam inside I'm there for.
Yes.
Yeah, they are.
And that's an actual decent cake as well, as opposed to...
The cherry is never quite centered, and it means I can never quite decide which angle to eat it from.
But then you can have a Bakewell tart, which does not have to hit the cherry, so...
They should put the cherry noticeably to one side, but they should put it like right up against the edge so that I can bite there first.
It works. Right, next question.
Cochineal. What's cochineal?
Who said cochineal?
It sounds
nerdy.
Lewd.
He avoids things with... It's probably not pronounced that way at all.
It looks that way. I think he's just being weird. I have no idea what cochineal is. Doesn't sound very British. I can't open a window. Apparently that's the red colour. I'm lost.
Oh, okay.
Yes, I'm going.
Yeah, red
Next
dye
question.
number 5.
Question 1244. Are you for or against public displays of affection? How far should they be able to go? I'm going to go with Granny first, I think.
Yeah, you would go with me first because I probably have the most controversial opinion on this, being asexual. I don't see banning it, but it definitely turns me off. I don't really like seeing it. But on the other hand, the Russians have gone too far. I mean, it's not a law, but it's, one of the things that we were warned about when we got there was to be very careful about it because they consider kissing in public to be just something you just don't do. And so I'm not against it in a legal sense, but I'm definitely turned off by it.
Junk Shop says, smooch yes, snog no. Dudes says, as long against it as long as it's more than 2 seconds. So less than 2 seconds would be fine. Dude says it can be awkward. Of course it can be awkward. But don't forget, we're not just talking about kissing. You've got things like holding hands. You've got walking along arm in arm. You've got snuggled up on the beach.
Dave, just go to it. Blowjobs.
Yeah, blowjobs. All in public.
Just get to the point, Dave.
Joe.
Nerdy asks a relevant question. What about dogging? Cottaging? Badger, what about cottaging?
Rimming?
I like cottages. What is?
I was worried where that sentence was going.
What is the exact phrasing of the question?
Are you for or against public displays of affection? How far should they be able to go?
I am against public displays.
You doing or other people?
I don't like things. I don't like people in public. I would prefer people should remain in private.
So you don't think people should be able to walk along holding hands?
I don't think people should be able to walk along because I want to walk along and not see people.
Right, so your issues here is with the people, not the public displays of affection.
Yes.
It's very reminding of the fact that people are there. That's the thing.
Yeah, I don't like people in general, and I'd prefer if they didn't. To answer the question more directly, though.
Go on.
I don't think public displays of affection. I don't think, as long as they are not kind of indecent in terms of people undressing themselves and flaunting their bodies at people, should be banned. But
right.
I think there should be a somewhat strong social stigma against a lot of it.
So how would you feel about, for example, a girl sat on a guy's lap on a bench? She's got a skirt on, and they're just wiggling around. That's all you can see.
They're sitting on a bench.
The guy is sitting on the bench. The girl is sitting on the guy.
Are there other benches?
Yes, there are other benches.
They're probably okay then.
Fair enough. So badgers down on the side of shagging in public is fine.
If I can figure out what they're doing, but they're not in the way, then I'm probably okay with it. If they are in the way, then I'm not. If that's the only bench available, then I will be slapping them. So stop taking
Again,
up the benches,
it doesn't feel like, though, that your issue is with the displays of affection. It's with them using a bench you want to use.
Well, it's... People are an inconvenience.
Yes. Right.
I'd rather.
You have to let me go next, Dave, or I'll forget my answer.
Okay, give me 2 seconds to
When,
read the chat.
when Badger's finished.
As long as their public affection is not inconveniencing everybody, or being excessively lewd, I don't really give a shit.
Okay. Dude says it's that making out can be too much or necking. Chad says I am for them. They should refrain from going too far. People need to be aware how it makes others feel. Kissing is fine, but beyond that, you should find a bathroom stall. Junk Shop says should have a designated area for dogging. Nerdy Rodent says, as far as I'm concerned, people can shag like bunnies in public, but agree with Junk Shop that designated areas is a good idea. Junk Shop says Badger wants PDA to be the atheist of behaviour, technically legal but societally frowned upon. Wayne says, I think it makes others uncomfortable for many reasons, and it should be limited to very minor displays.
Society frowns upon atheists. Oh, Americans, yeah.
Yes. Sammy!
So obviously I'm for it. And how far it should go. Rimming, yes. Felching, no.
I hit my head on the
No,
desk.
I do have... Sorry, you're probably demonetized now. I do have a serious answer, though.
Ooh.
In general, if we're talking public where there's children, I don't even think pashing and stuff is really appropriate. I think it should be anything you'd be comfortable with a 3-year-old doing to another 3-year-old if they're going to see you do it.
That's pretty much nothing.
Exactly. So, but you hold hands, peck on the lips. I just mean don't be full licking each other's faces and shit, going for it.
But as
10
far
as
10
being
p.m.
in
at 10
public,
p.m. at night outside
see,
of a club.
exactly. On a bus, no one else is on the bus. Bus driver's obviously not getting any, so he doesn't mind watching. Go for it. Not speaking from experience.
Of course not. Never Again says, I have many layers to my answer and I won't go into it, but get a room comes out of my mouth. You've probably gone too far. Jess says, go on.
I have a question and clarifying statement. My clarifying statement is I am for dogging as long as it's out of the way.
Okay.
And I want to know what cottaging is.
I suggest you do a search.
As do I.
I will search.
Say again?
I will search.
You'll search. Welcome back, both of you.
Ask what dogging is, but not going on so.
Someone needs to explain to Manda what dogging is.
It's like group sex in public.
Wait, did you say group sex?
Oh, is that
It's like
not
a load of somewhat unattractive older people go to a remote location and do things to each other.
Does it have to be older people?
It usually is older people.
No,
It
not
doesn't
dogging.
have to be. It's just
No.
what
Dogging
tends
is
to
not
happen.
older people. Cottaging
I'm not saying
tends to involve older people.
the definition isn't older
It's
people.
always
I'm saying it just usually is.
So,
What
How would
about-
you know this?
Because there's
combination
some very
of that.
popular dogging spots near my badger set. Thank you very much.
So this is how you pick up where pick out where to do your sets.
No comment.
Comments. Let me
I'm not
catch up
telling
on
you
the
about
chat.
my Pornhub channel.
We will not confirm nor deny.
His surveying.
What
skills.
happens on Dave's channel stays on Dave's channel.
Jess? It really doesn't. Jess says,
No.
not my thing, but I can simply mind my own business and not look, barring anything involving actual sexual acts. But what's a sexual act varies. I mean, this is where you get the really dodgy religious stuff. You have Islamic people that think showing bits of your bloody ankle is considered a sexual act.
Or
Dude
holding
says-
hands.
Cottaging is. Why is it called cottaging though?
Nerdy suggested we say, "Okay, Google, what is cottaging?" Shit, my phone is actually looking it up.
To have or observe exhibitionist sex in a public or semi-public place, usually outside where other people will watch and sometimes join in.
Oh goodness.
Thank you, Google.
That's not what Urban Dictionary says for
No,
cottaging.
No, that's what Nerdy said.
Oh, I thought that was dogging.
that says dogging.
That probably is dogging.
According to this, cottaging is the act of having anonymous sexual encounters with other men in public toilets.
Usually older.
cottage.
Don't ask.
You're
I
curious.
don't really want to know the answer to this.
I do not.
Right,
No.
can we go? Right, do's and don'ts. People should be.
Hang on, there's a
Sorry,
conversation
shit.
here
Where?
on Urban Dictionary. Fancy going cottaging? Guy 2, let me get my carrier bag.
Carry him back. No. A dudes and dudes says people should be able to, but be considerate of others while doing it if you need to get a room. Rooms are expensive.
Exactly.
Never again says Sammy gets a room. The junk shop says demonetized now. Harmonica Man says I don't like public displays of affection. Never again says well holding hands is a must, damn it. Unless you want to be a total don't ever touch me sort of human. Nerdy says toilet stall in a club. Well, you've got a room there. That counts. That's fine.
I thought
I mean, it's
what
not the
whole
most
clubs-
romantic place. Say again?
That's what clubs were for. Was for the weird touchy people to be weird and touchy.
That's for pre-sex, though. You know, the whole fucking.
Oh, you've got this weird age thing, haven't you?
Huh?
We start having sex at 16. We go to clubs at 18. Clubs are all about sex. I've completely lost track of chat. Right, we're done. Manda.
I don't know.
What happens on Dave's channel becomes the topic du jour everywhere we go for a week and a half. Junk shop library.
Oh, I'm gonna get questions about dogging.
Ugh.
Why are you going to get questions about dogging?
Because I've just said there are dogging sets. Dogging. Oh, fuck it. You know what I said.
I'm going to have to look up dogging sites in your area of the world.
Dogs
What,
chase
forests
badgers.
in England.
Are you saying that lots of forests have dogging sites?
Yes.
Junk Shop says, "Oh, pre-sex. I thought the Georgian said priest sex for a second."
I'm fairly sure that every National Trust car park has at some point been a dogging site.
Don't stop. Just why? Like, what the fuck did I ever do to you? Damn.
Right, I'll be back.
Manda, you should.
Bitches are
Manda,
mean.
you should. You should embrace your roots. It's nothing to be ashamed of.
Not roots, and you stood up for me earlier and specifically said she's not.
Yeah, but I'm a contrarian fucker, so.
Fuck you all.
Manda.
I don't know. Like, obviously, you wouldn't want to be inappropriate in front of children, but I think, we're affectionate. We're an affectionate species, and that's part of the way we show our love. So I'm not opposed to PDA. Just I don't need to watch like super gross stuff by strangers. Like, I don't know.
What do you think is super gross? And is your limit for seeing it less than your limit for doing it?
I don't know. Like, there's ways you can kiss a person that is sweet, and there are ways that make you want to hurl. So if you look like you're
talking
trying to eat the other person's head,
yeah,
or if I can see spit at all, or like a heart on,
But
or they start frotting.
And start what?
Frotting.
What the fuck is frothing? Frotting.
It's Dave's word of the day.
How is it my word of the day?
Dogging was the word.
How
Is
do you
Lone
not know
Wanderer in the
that?
chat? Maybe it could be Lone Wanderer's word of the day.
Oh, wait, what's
It is.
Wait,
Oh,
I missed a little bit.
Dave,
I
that's
was dealing
terrible.
With the child for a second. So what is this?
Okay,
Do I
so
wanna
on
ask-
Dave's birthday, Lone Wanderer did her word of the day in honor of Dave, and her word was frotting,
Oh,
which is
which is what?
rubbing on other people in public, usually against their will.
Were we just talking about?
Or not against their will, without their
Dave?
consent.
Why is this always a conversation? Okay, good to know.
So it's because you're intrigued and want to know the answers. Your brain says, "I want to know the answer to that," and then it goes, "Shit, no, I don't want you to say that."
The answer to that. Do I want to try that? I learned so much from you, Dave. Thank you.
Apparently, Elena says hi to Manda. Is she listening?
Yeah, maybe. Hi, Elena, sweetheart.
Oh dear, I'm glad she doesn't comprehend most of what we're saying.
Right, we call it dogging. We call it dogging when we take the dogs out for a walk.
Walk.
Precisely.
That's right.
Like Pat, who should probably go out for a walk right now. Do that.
Do not in any way tell your school friends when your dad takes the dog for a walk.
Exactly. All right, that was my answer. So.
Okay, Jeff.
I guess it doesn't really particularly bother me, even like small things like holding hands, hugging, kissing. Doesn't bother. I mean, obviously, yeah, I don't necessarily want to see people being rimming in front of kids or whatever, but I wouldn't have a problem.
What about a finger bang?
Designated area.
What about a finger bang, Sammy?
Would you be okay with you saw someone
In public?
no kids around, but
Yeah.
you're there. They know you're there,
No,
but they don't care.
Yeah. No.
Would it bother you?
See that.
I don't get on with it.
Get on with the fingering? Okay.
Well, no,
Good on you,
it
Jeff.
might be on a train. It might be on a train or something. You might have nothing to read. You know.
I mean, I'm sure I've done that.
She thinks. Right.
Hey, Dave,
What?
you know what?
My answer's complicated.
I don't care.
Well, shorten and uncomplicated.
It should be fine on pretty much any level.
Any level?
Pretty much.
With provisos, I hope.
No, my issue is that society has gone down this route of
Okay.
how things were 200 years ago, 300 years ago, 400 years ago, 500 years ago, 600 years ago. As a species, what was acceptable to do in front of other people. It was very different to how it is now. And we've kind of sleptwalk into this level of prudishness. Okay, so you asked me, the society that we have right now, should public displays of affection, I think, fine. Push the boat a bit. As long as you're not doing anything obvious. Right? But the problem is I think where we are at, because of how we raise people now, the level of disgust is so low that it shouldn't be. It should be normalised. Sex should be normal. It shouldn't be a big deal.
I think where the grey comes in, though, Dave, is I guess what the end result of normalised is what the question is. But still, kids being normalised to sex means they can be taken advantage of more easily.
I disagree. I think being normalised to it.
Well,
Say again. I think being normalised to it and told outright what is acceptable for their age, so they can identify it. So that you don't need you have to tell your kid. If someone starts touching you weird, come and tell an adult. Well, what the fuck is weird? You tell you give the child you tell the child that stuff you've seen us do, mummy and daddy doing. Anyone comes anywhere near you with this, you scream blue fucking murder. I think if you can have much more honest conversations, if they actually understand what you're doing.
But I think the trouble comes into their ability to comprehend it.
But they don't need to comprehend it.
Exactly, but they do, because someone on the other side can do the same thing.
I think that you tend to, I think you're, I've forgotten the word, I think the influence of your family at that point is much stronger. I don't disagree with you.
Yeah,
that's
a good point.
The level, as long as the information you are getting is clear and consistent, and again, this making it a taboo. I mean, it makes for great sex as adults because it makes lots of things taboo, and that makes them kinky.
Fun.
Yes, but it makes it a taboo. It makes it not talked about. It makes it something that kids want to find out about. Anyway.
Yeah, and I guess that's the difference between teaching them about it and...
Jenny says, I don't want to take a ride in a public bus and sit down in someone else's wet spot. No, I can agree with that. But see, I'd have a problem with that if they pissed either. And that's completely non-sexual. In fact, do you know what? I'm going to go on a limb here and say, I don't want to sit on any wet spot, regardless of how it came about. Right. Anyone else before we move on? You're all muted. That's what happens when I rant. Right. Question 1245. If you had the power to shut down the internet for the whole world for a single day, would you do it, and why?
Did you say power or internet?
Power to shut down the internet.
Oh.
Badger? Oh, Jeff?
Sorry, I missed the question, Dave. What was it? I was going to say something, but I was a few seconds behind listening in, and I'll just say, pissing can be sexual if you've seen certain videos.
Nobody's seen that video.
I missed that.
There are lots.
Allegedly, there might be one with Donald Trump. We don't know.
Don't say allegedly.
I'll answer first, because then I'll mute for a second.
Go on.
I wouldn't.
Why?
Too many people depend on it to.
Yeah,
Fair enough.
that's gonna be my answer too.
Junk Shop says no. Oh no, that's a different one. Nerdy says no, people would die. The Rage says no.
Yeah.
Wayne
Why's
says
it getting-
nah, we use it for real stuff.
Why's it
Spooky
getting
says
dark
yeah,
already?
why
I've
not? Make a
only
nice
just got up.
change. What?
I said, why is it getting dark already? I've only just got up.
Have you? You're nocturnal.
So?
So it's supposed to get dark when you get up.
Yeah.
Junk Shop says no. Himawari 8 unexpectedly saved lives because it happened to be looking at Mongolia and spotted a bushfire. I fear I may have missed something there. Never Again says you've seen what happens when just one platform goes down for an hour or two.
I
Take
was
that whole
about
thing
to
away.
bring this up.
I predict
Yeah,
a
I
baby
was
boom.
about- I
Oh,
was
how many
about
babies
to
are we
bring up
expecting at
how-
Christmas?
I was about to bring up how people collectively lost their shit 2 nights ago when YouTube went down for an hour.
Yes.
Mhm.
I didn't.
Um,
Okay, I'm going to be
I
slightly
mean, I
critical.
had I've got to admit, I had a bit of fun with it because I did one of those memes of marked safe from the YouTube crash 2020.
Hang on, YouTube went down?
Yes.
Yeah, probably for about an hour or so, maybe 2.
I didn't even notice.
People were losing their collective shit over it. It was-
I didn't understand why Stool kept trying to go live. He just over and over again he tried to go. We're screaming at him and then it's down.
But the answer to my
Because
answer to my
contrarian and refuses to accept your authority.
Get the Battenberg out of your mouth.
No, I'm eating.
Granny!
The same thing, absolutely not. There's too many people that depend on it for work and for important things. Just because there's some people who use it for, frivolous stuff doesn't mean that, the internet isn't used for good stuff.
Jenny says, Go on.
I was going to say my answer to this has been no for that same reason. And it does say, okay, maybe as a society we've become very, very dependent on the internet, maybe too much so. But the reality is, we switch it off for a day. It's going to have some real world consequences for people.
Mm-hmm.
Jenny says, would I shut it down? And the question is to remind people that there's more out there than living on the internet. The Rage says I started streaming right before it went down, so the stream stayed live. The Great Live Journal outage. I wasn't big on Live Journal. Well, not watching it. Not.
How's
I don't know.
live journal?
Do you not use LiveJournal? You put your feelings and your thoughts online for everyone to read.
Why the fuck would I do that?
Mostly, okay, here's the thing I've discovered. It's a secret that nobody knows. People much prefer to tell complete strangers their personal and innermost thoughts rather than their friends.
No, that is very true. That is very true. But I still though would not post it on the fucking internet.
The internet was young, as were the people that were there.
I still don't know what a live journal is.
How do you not know what live journal is? You're old enough to have lived through it.
How do you know?
Because you had a MySpace.
I still have a MySpace.
I might have to just set up a MySpace account just to follow Badger.
Sammy says.
I thought that MySpace didn't even exist anymore.
Of course it still exists.
It's
not
where
worth
bands
anything.
go. It's where bands go to talk to each other.
Yeah.
There you go. Junk Shop says it was a text version of YouTube. Badger,
Yeah.
would you switch off the internet for a day?
Well, for a day,
Yeah.
yeah, fuck it. I might actually get something done.
So we're not talking about your
Or
internet.
nothing. But do you have backup porn? Because none of us have. Like,
Does he have
actual-
backup porn? Yes, he has backup porn.
Okay.
You know, I live underground. I'm a fucking like nocturnal conspiracy theorist badger guy. Of course, I have backup porn.
40 years of the stuff. David Melbourne says, if I told my friends my most intimate and personal feelings, they would no longer be my friends. Yeah, I have that problem.
You have that problem?
Yeah.
Not surprise me, but who the fuck is?
I'm a
surprised
closed book.
that-
I tell nobody anything.
Badger,
Hello.
I've heard things.
do you share porn?
That
How
can be
much is
taken
that?
one of multiple ways.
Yeah.
How much are you willing to pay?
Or friendship?
If you go on, if you check out Badger's OnlyFans, you know.
I'll tell you what.
Which,
You
knowing
whisper
you,
nice-
Badger, is pretty valuable.
You whisper
It might
nice
be
things-
furries.
You whisper nice things in my ear, and I'll send you some of my Argonian collection.
Well,
Nice.
well, it's always a good. It's a good art. Well, I just I'm nothing against furry porn because it's like you got these people who fucking those great big blooming costumes, and yet we still got these idiots who won't wear a fucking mask into the shops for 2 minutes.
I definitely should. I think they should have done the mask.
Why are you
I think furries were way ahead of the curve on this whole pandemic business.
Have you considered leaving the house in a complete plague mask or a badger suit?
I've considered leaving the house with a plague mask. The difficulty is I don't have a good plague mask.
Oh, that's disappointing.
I'm looking.
You're looking.
I so want to get one of those old plague doctor's outfits and just go shopping in one. I just so want to do that.
Do it.
Angel's currently trying to negotiate weed.
Is he? Would he switch the internet off?
I imagine he's a teenager, so I imagine so.
Well, he's either
I
weed or
reckon-
he wants to get laid.
If you could turn the
Why is he
internet
talking to his
off
mother
for
about
the
wanting to
entire
get
world
laid?
for one day, would you do it?
who would gain from it?
Who? I don't.
Nobody.
No, okay, but would you?
No.
Okay,
There's
he
no
says
point.
no.
You're telling me, you can do it just for
Well,
kicks and giggles to watch everyone
Smart
panic.
boy.
Yeah.
How are
with
you going
that.
to watch them panic when you're not connected to anything?
Oh, they'll record it. You watch it the next day.
Oh, yeah, fair enough.
Communication between countries is also a big factor of that.
You're aware we have telephones
There's
too.
Violence of thinking that there's an alien invasion. If it's
Not with the
entire
Tesco's internet phone.
I think the world would literally go crazy.
Yes. That's
It
very
actually would send a conspiracy theorist absolutely fucking batshit if there was the internet went for 24 hours. It would. I could just imagine the content that flat earthers are going to put out when the internet's back.
I just wanted to blurt out Mama Twink then, but I thought it would be inappropriate.
What was your answer, Amanda?
No, because it would probably kill people. What was your answer, Dave?
Oh, I think yes. I think I as long as I got to pick the day, I think I could probably pick a good day. You know.
What about
Pick a good day.
Yeah. Day before the American election would have been nice.
You're a closet contrarian, aren't you, Dave?
No, I just there is some part of me that likes to see things burned.
I've been making kindling.
You're a total shitlord on the quiet, aren't you? Let's be honest.
I have no clue what you're talking about. Everyone went quiet. 3 of you tried to talk and then not.
You scare us sometimes, Dave.
What was it last
We have
night
moments where we think, do we really know Dave?
No, you
what
don't.
were we talking about last night that like Robbie was taken aback about, and I was like, yep, that's why I love you, Dave. What was the context of that? I don't remember. We're sick people though. Dave and I are sick fucks. So
I need to have MathPig come on my channel sometime.
me or MathPig?
No, don't want you.
You've been on my channel, haven't you?
Me? No.
Come on my channel then.
Invite me. Pick a topic in a day.
What
in a time.
What did I just do?
You have, Badger, you have invited everybody like 1,000 times.
Yeah.
But I've told you, like, schedule something and then ask. But you haven't done that, so.
I don't schedule things.
Right.
I tell Dave to schedule doing those chats. Dave, schedule doing those chats.
Okay.
How many people here are left to go on Badger's channel? I think it's only me and Dave that have been on there, isn't it? In the room.
Yeah.
Have you had Granny on yet?
I don't remember what I've done.
Right. Next question. Yeah, I'm just avoiding everyone talking about me in the chat.
F in the chat if you've been on my
Wait,
channel.
did you even answer this one? I don't remember.
Yes, which is why you ended up in a discussion about not knowing me.
Oh, that's. I don't fucking know. Okay, sorry. Just making sure. You can continue.
You're sure?
That's right. His answer was, deep in his heart, he wants the world to burn.
No, that's not quite what I said.
I can get on board with that.
Right, next question. Question 1246. Is gatekeeping required for a successful community?
Don't know, honestly.
Who's he asking first?
Say that again?
Who's he going to ask first?
Anyone that wants to answer. I only normally ask someone if no one answers.
I'll go first because I have a pretty strong opinion on that.
Go on.
No.
Why not?
I believe that it creates a sense of segregation.
But that creates a strong, cohesive community.
If you're talking about the community inside the gates, then is that what you mean, or do you mean global community?
I mean to interpret any way you want, but mostly smaller.
Global community is great. Those people on Mars can fuck off.
Well, I guess to answer both, then, yeah, to live it inside a gated community is probably not a bad thing.
You tend to have to conform, which is what happens when you have gatekeepers.
Yeah, and I couldn't do that.
You already do. You temper yourself to fit in with your local community. I mean, do you
true.
within your job? You're not humping the legs of the I can't of other people. We'll go with. Are you?
No.
So you temper yourself.
They often are me. Well, no, because I don't have the desire to.
No, but my point being is, I was more referring. I can't phrase that without doxing you. You're not going down the beach and humping random people.
No.
Because it wouldn't be considered appropriate within the community you exist in.
Nerdy.
Well, and there's a pandemic.
Nerdy's
but
got
it's
some
to a
ideas
lesser
of
degree,
community.
though.
Nerdy, you're right. Nerdy says the
Okay.
anti-Battenberg community. That's a relatively easy one to gatekeep, though. Do you like Battenberg?
Yes.
Get out!
I
see,
am happy
Dave,
to get out of that shitty community.
The
Outside the
pro Disney
gates.
Star Wars community,
Yep.
I'm happy to not be in that one as well.
and maybe the Georgian community, which thankfully,
Which Georgia?
yeah,
America.
but say,
Oh, the American one, yeah, I don't want to be in that.
yeah.
Let me read the chat. Never Again says, depends on the community. Nerdy says, who watches the watch people? Godless Sewing says, no, people are controlling and insecure. If they can't handle differences, then you should separate yourself. Brainbug says, yes, in the sense that I would not approve of someone just popping up and claiming that they are part of our community. But that happens all the time.
See,
Yeah.
I guess what I was saying, Dave, is it's the degree of the control. Outside the gates, I can paint my house whatever color I want.
Yeah.
Um,
But inside the gates, well, inside the gates, you can't. You can paint it whatever color you want. But all the people are going to walk along and say, "Why the hell would you want to do that? People don't do that here."
yeah, well, and some of those communities, it's actually dictated.
Yes.
It's I suppose a certain level of gatekeeping could be healthy, but it can go too far. It gets to the point where it's just groupthink or whatever. It's gone too far.
Nerdy says your name's not down. You're not coming in. Junk Shop Library says it depends. Junk Shop says who was it said it depends on the intent of the community. As I agree with that. Never Again says I never made any claims on being part of this community. I was simply welcomed and decided to stay. Grins, and I thank you for that. Apparently there is Dave isn't a real Quizmaster community. I'm not a real
I can
Quizmaster
get
because they
that.
made
I
me
can-
answer the frigging questions.
I could get behind that. Yeah.
Manda. Granny,
No.
I'm
I know
here.
she said.
go on.
What the question is referring to? What? You have to tell, what was it?
Is gatekeeping required for a successful community?
Unfortunately, I think to an extent, to a very small extent, yes. It just is the nature of the beast.
Good. Granny? What?
I think it depends entirely on the community. And as Junk Shop said, the purpose of the community. If the community is, like a religious community, obviously you're going to have to keep out people that are going to be antagonistic and interruptive.
But that's happened in every community.
Right. And that's where I was going to go. That can happen in other communities, but some communities are so large and so vague that they don't really need that,
I disagree.
Okay.
Because I think they segment and you lose any meaning, any coherent meaning to that community. That's not to say the groups in their own right aren't valid. But they don't mean the same thing. I don't know whether that matters. Maybe it doesn't. Badger.
Yes.
Yes, your answer.
What?
What's your answer to the question?
What's the question again?
Is gatekeeping required for a successful community?
Yes.
Yes. That's it, just yes.
Yeah,
For a successful Badger community, maybe.
No, the Badger communities, well, yes and no for Badger
Well,
communities.
if all the badgers get together to make a community,
We
bad
don't.
things seem to
We
happen.
don't do that. What we do is we have little family units And then the younger badgers go off and form their own little family units when they're ready.
Mm.
And then we fiercely fight with each other over territories.
So I tried to form a misanthropes community, but I just had trouble getting a fucking meeting together.
Introverts of the world divide.
For instance, I gatekeep hard on my mental health streams, but less so on my other streams. Exactly. Never again. This is why I totally disagree with joining in. I think.
What's the point?
Spooky wants to know what gatekeeping is.
Yes. It's Oh, I thought I was going to sneeze. Anyway, so my answer is yes. Fucking words happen.
Words, yeah.
Right.
Words are hard.
Gatekeeping is required to an extent for all communities. The level of gatekeeping required depends entirely on what the community is for, and particularly if it's trying to keep something specific out of itself. And then whether that's a good thing depends depends at least largely on whether that community has malicious intent towards other communities.
Yes. Never again says who gets to be the gatekeeper is also an issue for me.
Me.
Generally, though, I find the ones with malicious intent tend to do the most gatekeeping.
I think it shouldn't be it shouldn't be one person. And gatekeeping should be collective in some sense.
I think it can be if you have a strict set of rules and you gatekeep those rules, anyone can do it. Although I have noticed that in the community circles we live, where we have these rules, you don't tend to enforce them with the people you like.
Mm-hmm. I am.
Yes. I can speak to that definitely.
Whereas if you did,
gatekeeper, I'm quite a keen gatekeeper on my different circles of people I know.
Yeah.
I try as much as is badgerly possible to make sure that my different circles of people don't intermingle, because the way I conduct myself in one circle might be somewhat different to the way I conduct myself
Could you
in another
show me
circle.
and demonstrate this to me how you do this later on?
Yes, I'm much more open in this little circle about certain thoughts I have than I am in most other areas of my life.
That's probably more common than you think, Dave, because that's very much like that for myself. Sorry, did I interrupt you then, Mama?
Yes, fuck you.
Go on, Manda.
That's gatekeeping, that is.
Oh.
Go on.
You can't be angry at me.
Never, Sammy. Absolutely
He's very
not.
cute and
Although it
adorable.
helps if you're showing me your face while you're pissing me off.
He's very cute and adorable and fits in the palm of your hand.
Mm-hmm.
It is quite difficult to be like properly angry with an Australian.
Dave.
Dave. I mean, I can't remember you pissing me off at all now.
That's my evil face.
It
That's
doesn't
me.
matter, Sammy. Your evil face
Does
is...
it look evil?
No.
It is quite difficult to be like legitimately angry with an Australian. The only one that I've managed it with like consistently is Can Ham.
Most Australians manage that.
Yeah,
I managed it very successfully yesterday. So
Why do you think we got rid of him?
Yeah.
I was kind of pissed off when Notcher wouldn't let me eat all his sausages.
Oh, you're
but
straight.
then he just said, he said, "Not the snags, mate," and I was
Manda, what were you going to say?
What was I going to say when?
When I interrupted you.
I'm just saying that's how he, nobody would ever be mad at Sammy if you could just see him all the time.
No, it was before that.
I don't fucking know. I'm paying attention. I swear.
Right, Junk Shop said, maybe what we're missing is the required. Is it required for a successful community? No. Can it be helpful in construction of a successful community? Yes. Ricardo says, are using gatekeepers and self-policing interchangeable? Yes. Gatekeeping tends to be done... Well, it can be done both ways, but mostly within the communities, it's done on an ad hoc.
Also, hey!
I mean, the point is, what would you point to in terms of large social communities? And do they have gatekeeping?
I mean, well, technically, could you argue you like in effect like the mods in like a YouTube chat are kind of there to gatekeep a little bit, you know?
Well, they are there to gatekeep.
That's
Yeah.
That
is their purpose.
Right, but my point being that if you go... My issue when I wrote this question, and I wrote, again, it's a question I actually wrote, was successful. Because every community I could think of that has had any longevity to it has gatekeeped. You know, and you can take it from a country perspective, you can take it from a cause perspective, and I'm not sure whether or not you can get away without it. I think things might fall apart. Go on, Badger, sorry.
I have a specific community answer.
Go on.
Online roleplay groups. It is absolutely essential to gatekeep online roleplay groups by interest.
Yep.
If you, for example, have a roleplay group that is quite heavily focused on wanting supernatural, sparkly magic elements in their roleplay,
yeah,
and you let in a load of people who absolutely despise that and only want grounded, real, very real feeling roleplay, your entire roleplay community will fall apart. The same thing
very
goes
much
for
so.
if you have a load of people who want very adult themed roleplay featuring a lot of lewdness and dark themes, and then you let in some people who want to roleplay,
and you basically destroy the community if you don't do it.
Then you end up completely screwed because you've let in some people who don't like what
Fascinating.
the community is about, and then your community falls apart.
So unicorns versus firemen, and then unicorn versus vampires.
Yeah.
For example.
If you have a unicorn versus fireman community, and a load of people want to play vampires, your community is probably going to fall apart.
And to be honest, what you tend to have is the minority is destroyed. It is.
Yeah.
It is. No?
No, the dog keeps trying to walk on the computer. Sorry.
Yeah, what tends to happen when you don't gatekeep is the minority causes tend to get absorbed.
Yes.
And yeah, I liked something here. Never Again said, healthy boundaries are required for a successful community. So you can go with that. Junk Shop says, a huge difference between a YouTube chat and a country. Not convinced. Not from a inclusion-exclusion perspective. Nerdy says, do community guidelines count as gatekeeping? Yes. Ricardo says, I think self-policing...
guidelines can't come in.
Yeah. I think self-policing is required. Gatekeeping is detrimental for context. One is an ongoing process. Other gatekeeping is usually preempted and somewhat authoritarian. Nerdy says, what is wrong with vampire unicorns?
I'll tell you exactly what's wrong.
No, you won't. It was a rhetorical question.
I will, and I shall.
A question, actually.
If you have unicorns, if you have a community based around playing unicorns, the interests of the people in a community based around playing unicorns are quite different from the interests of people who want to play vampires.
Good. Next question.
If you bring in a load of vampire unicorns, they will cock up your unicorn community.
Yes, they will. Right.
Yeah, we want a community of vampire unicorns, is what we're saying.
Yes, lovely. Good. Shut up. Next question.
I think Sam is a vampire unicorn because he's been...
Penultimate question. Penultimate question.
Thank you, honey. Love you.
No problem. Question 1,200 and 47. Question 1,247. When was the last time you sent nude pictures to anyone?
Oh, this one's easy. Never. Absolutely
It-
never.
Right, just before because I've got to shoot. I'll be back in 2 minutes. But the easy answer to that, same as Granny, never.
Manda.
Yesterday?
You're not sure?
I mean, I have never done such a horrible thing. I don't know what you're talking about. I am pure and good and whatever the fuck.
Uh-huh. That's your answer. Yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
Badger.
Are we talking like full body or just bits?
We're talking enough to be intimate, I suppose.
When did I send you that picture of me in the man? Pumpkin on the head.
I go pumpkin on your head.
Pumpkin.
Okay. Sexiest statement ever. A nude pick me with the pumpkin on my head. Get it?
You can avoid his head. Go on, Badger. What's your answer?
That was my answer.
That's your answer. MathPig says 30 seconds ago. Do I really want to check my DMs?
I have a suspicion it's not your DMs, Dave.
MathPig says to Manda, yes, it was yesterday. Spooky says, Dave pesters me so much.
Mm-hmm. Me too.
Brainbug says, wait, and nude pictures of what? Harmonica Man says, never. MathPig says, sending one now. Chad says, last year. Nerdy says, I've seen the pictures of Dave. There are pictures of Dave? Never Again says, sorry, I stepped out to see what the dog was barking at and come back to a question I can answer. 2014. I'm disturbed you can specify the date so accurately.
Yeah, I know, right?
Godless Sewing.
Right off the back of your head. Palm of your whatever the fuck. Anyway.
Godless Sewing says all the time, you've never sent any to me. I'm hurt.
This is technically a nude picture.
Is that what this is? Like you're sussing everybody out to see who you can get more nude pics from, Dave?
Yeah, what the hell?
Okay.
No, I just thought to do it to annoy you.
No, I know exactly why you did it.
I'm nude under this blanket.
I know you are. Like a sexy nude badger.
All I can think about now is that picture he keeps distributing.
Who?
Good
Which
badger?
picture?
Yeah.
That is not the picture you were thinking about, David.
Wait,
You
what
know
pic-
it.
Oh, are you on about the dildo?
No. I'm on about I see a badger in an armchair with a weasel in front of him.
I think it's an otter.
You think it's an otter, so you do know the picture.
Yes, of course I know the picture. I had it as a profile picture for long enough.
Oh, you did,
Hang on.
because you had it cut out.
Hang on.
No,
I'll go
it's
find
okay.
it.
No,
No,
it's
it's not.
okay.
No, it's not.
Is Sammy going to get back before I move on? I'm bothered by this fact. I want his answer.
Well, you can go back and ask him again.
But I can't cut it up then and tell the whole world.
Oh, that's true. Where the fuck are you, Sammy?
This picture?
Yes, that picture. Is it a weasel? An otter?
I'm not zooming out.
You can look at it though.
Get
You can tell us.
demonetized.
Spooky says, Momma Atheist, you're a genius.
Yeah.
And MathPig says, do I need to fill a seat? You can come on if you want, MathPig. We've got one more question. Although I don't think I need you to answer this question, because I'm guessing it's probably yesterday. Or, I don't know. Mandra, have you got anything in your DMs?
From you? Or...
No.
I mean,
Robbie.
many from like within the last hour or so.
Mandalorian.
Why are you searching Mandalorian?
Yeah. No, that's my name on Twitter right now.
Uh-huh. Oh, where is Sammy gone? I am going to have to move on to the last question.
Well, I mean, you could actually do editing and just cut it and put it back in. Just saying.
I do not pay my editor enough for that.
Okay. Good enough.
Got the DMs, Amanda?
Right.
Ooh, that is hot, Badger.
What did you send her?
I'm not selling.
Nothing dear.
Nothing.
It's fire, though.
What?
Oh, why the hell did it appear? Oh, no.
Hello.
Hello?
Hello, MathPig.
Hello. I'm on the laptop. I mean, icon.
What's your answer to the question?
Why do you think Manda was icon? She got a live show while I was in the shower.
That wasn't a picture, though. I
No,
say pictures. I said
she
nude
got that
pictures.
beforehand.
Is that why you came on, Robbie?
to tell.
No.
And renamed yourself Math Thang?
Oh, what the fuck?
Who's gone now?
Right. Sammy says, believe it or not, I've never sent nudes. I am deeply disappointed in you. I don't think
Yes,
you can
that
remain a
is
member
like-
of this
That
community.
is a fucking that's a crime to the world that there are no Sammy nude photos. That needs to be
Where's Jeff gone?
fixed right away.
I don't know.
Oh, shit, the internet just went down. That's where he's gone.
Right. Is he going to make it back? Or can I read the last question? I'll read the last question.
Wait. You, motherfucker.
Yeah, what?
Answer.
I have no idea.
Answer, or
I've
we
no
don't
idea.
answer.
What? I don't have any memory of sending any nudes.
Oh, damn, Badger.
I may have done. I don't tend to send nudes.
I find that very hard to believe, Dave.
Have you ever received one from me? I'll say.
I tell you so you don't send them.
It never.
Sorry, my
doesn't-
internet went down there for a few seconds.
No worries. It's Sammy's fault.
Mhm.
No, I can't. I must have done at some point, but I not noticeably in my head. I mean, as far as I'm aware, there are no. I'm very paranoid about what people distribute of mine. It's not that I object to the idea of sending nudes. I object to other people having them.
It's the second you do it, you are opening yourself up to revenge porn.
Is this something
Yeah, that doesn't even bother me in the
that's what-
slightest. What?
You know, that's you know, but that.
What did you say, Manda?
I said, does this seem to be this whole revenge thing something that I need to be worried about? With you?
No, not from me.
Okay. Hey,
Wait
wait
till
a minute.
So yeah, feel free to send. Did Jeff go again? He did.
He's junk shopping.
He's junk shopping. We've missed junk shopping. Rab says about 4 years ago, and then says people don't need to see this COVID body. Did I anyone else miss anyone else? Never again says it's a good thing I'm not young in today's world, and that's all I've got to say about it. Film was expensive. I destroyed all the Polaroids. I made sure to keep control of all the Polaroids. That's all I am.
No vacuum cleaner should give a human being a double Polaroid.
Well, I'm
Who's
hearing
playing a harp?
harp.
Are we dying? Do we all die? Right, last question.
Yeah, I thought that was the last question.
No, that was a penultimate.
We didn't get to the last question
Didn't
because
get
when
to
he
it.
said last question, you demanded he answer this question.
Yes! Question 1248. Would you rather wake up tomorrow as a dog or a cat? And I can't believe I've not asked this question already.
I don't know.
Who asked?
Maybe just to see what it's like to bite a postman. I'm going to say a dog.
Never again.
For no other reason.
What'd you say, Badger?
I said you could be the postal dog.
Yeah.
And have difficulty with high letterboxes.
Brainbug says a cat. Nerdy says a dog.
I do get a choice in which breed of dog.
Yeah, go on then.
Okay, so so I'm gonna go full fucking Rottweiler. Yeah, I don't want to wake up as a fucking toy poodle or nothing.
Do you get to choose, Dave?
I was umming and ahhing. I hadn't decided. I think so. I might change my mind.
How is that? No, no.
No. Oh, we got here. Ricardo says cat. Sammy says, I like dogs better, but think cats are more gymnastic and have it easier, so cat. Rab says dog. Jenny says, I've never sent a nude. I think she might be behind. Brainbug says, dog would be just like a human with no hands and everything smells really strong. Nerdy, I'll be a mongrel dog. Crazy Catnip says, dog. I already have golden retriever energy. That sounds interesting. Chad says, dog. I would have a better chance in the world. Harmonica Man says, cat. Manda.
Absolutely dog.
Absolutely dog. Any
Cat
type?
suck. I'd be like Leia. I'd be a German Shepherd Chow. Nice dog.
You don't fancy a Chihuahua?
Oh, fuck that, no. I had a long-haired Chihuahua, actually, named Chewbacca, actually Chewy. But all he did was gnaw on his own dick all the time, so I'm good. Also, the most boy dog I've ever had.
Junk Shop says hyenas are technically in the cat family, right? Not for the context of this question. Jenny says dog. Jess says cat. What's a new? And Jenny says I want to be a Newfie. Go on, Jeff.
No, it's just saying when I was a kid we had a Chihuahua, short-haired Chihuahua.
Short heads are ugly. We had 3 long hairs when I was a kid.
Oh, that's just lovely.
They're horrible. Snappy little shits.
Yeah.
That's from growing up with them. MathPig.
Definitely a dog and German Shepherd.
German Shepherd. So you're the right
But
size for
dead.
Manda.
That is nothing to do with Manda. I've loved German Shepherd before.
It's fine. Not especially.
I'm only playing, homie.
Oh God. Never again said I'd swap places with Lucky any day of the week. I assume that said dog. Rab says if we had to choose, mine would be a Staffy. Spooky says which lives longer. 9 o'clock Hero says a cat, a bloody big cat. Oh crap.
Can we go back in time and be one from the past? Can I be a bird dog?
What's a bird
Can I be
dog?
a direwolf?
Bird dogs. They're dogs that were, yes, it's half a bird, half a dog. It existed in the evolutionary line.
Yeah, I know what you mean now.
It did.
Do we have to? Do we have a choice? Junk Shop, yes, you have a choice. Right. Is quickly, James Henry? Are you the guy that I've been chatting to elsewhere? Granny.
Definitely a cat.
Definitely a cat.
Can I make sure that?
Yes.
Yeah.
MathPig.
It's coming from MathPig.
Yes.
Robbie,
Does she want to be a dog or a cat?
Who?
Elaine.
Elena.
Yeah.
Minute.
Sorry, Granny, I didn't hear your answer.
I said definitely a cat.
Definitely a cat.
Yeah.
Yes. I like being able to stick my nose up at anyone I please and get away with it.
Right. You ready?
Yeah.
Who's that?
My dad.
Who's Daddy's best friend?
My dad.
Yay. Right. Can you answer everybody a question? Do you like doggies or do you like cats?
Cats.
Ah, you're no good. Say dog.
No, I like cats.
Okay, you like cats. Okay. Okay, say bye-bye to everybody.
Hi, I'm
No, there's no button to press. You'll hang up on Daddy. Go back into the living room.
Bye.
He loves pressing those buttons every time.
Say bye-bye. You can't hit the button. No, right. I'm years old. No, there's no buttons.
There's no buttons. Badger!
Hello.
You want to wake up tomorrow as a dog or a cat?
Oh, right. This is a difficult question because as a badger, I have alliances and animosity towards both.
Please say dash hound.
Yeah, fuck yourself. So we have certain issues with certain varieties of sausage-shaped dogs who like to come digging around in our burrows.
Uh-huh.
In fact, you could argue they were designed for that.
Were they? I should tell you a story about last night.
Yeah, well, dash hound.
So there
pretty
really
much-
is a god that
hound-
designed them.
Yeah.
Yes. It's
Yeah,
designed.
Dash hound means badger dog, so
It's called humans trying to hunt badgers. So, those little sausage dogs, while these days they're mostly friendly, we have a historical animosity towards them. Cats, on the other hand, they just go everywhere and eat all the good food. So, not that keen on them either. I'm going to say a dog, but like a friendly kind of dog.
Friendly kind of dog.
Yeah. Someone tell me a breed of dog that's not very loud.
Golden Labrador.
But is kind of is quiet but sociable.
Oh, Jack Russell.
quiet.
Shut up!
Are you sure?
Basset,
Yeah.
Basset hound.
I seem to recall that the only thing I seem to recall a conversation involving you saying the only thing that the Jack Russell doesn't attack is hedgehogs.
No, they attack hedgehogs. It's the only thing I've seen them give up on.
Ah.
Because they attack them and the hedgehog wins. Because every time they try and bite it, the spikes are longer than its mouth.
Yeah, I would pick some kind of relatively quiet but friendly dog that could come visit badgers and not be a problem.
All right. Put a dog with her. Nerdy says, I just want to be fed dog treats and taken for walks. Brainbug says, if you pick a bear dog that opens it up to all the carniforms, in which case I will be a sea lion. So no then. A dog, mostly, says Randy, because cats suck. Nerdy says, I agree with Badger, cats are worse. James Henry says, cats are survivors, enough respect. Never Again says, we mutts are nice. She's back.
Push the buttons. Push the buttons.
No one says right. Right.
There's lovely buttons in here. Come on, push them.
You want to say
Right.
bye to everybody, Nina? She doesn't even care anymore. She just said bye. She's looking for it.
You are echoing really badly.
Super echo.
Right. We are done. I'm going to say thank you very much to MathPig for appearing. Thank you very much to Sammy, whose spot he stole. To Jeff. To Manda. To Granny. And to Badger.
Now
Do
available
you
on
say any-
MySpace.
Just wait 2 seconds!
Everyone's waving, but I can't because I'm in a blanket.
Ooh.
Whose
Just
fault
nod
that?
your head.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Right, is anyone having to shield before we run away?
Only what I showed yesterday, to be honest. I don't think if I need to repeat myself, do I?
No. Asterix at the weekend. Manda.
Yeah.
Dark Matter will be on my channel on Sunday, 8 p.m. Eastern.
Doing what?
Ooh.
Talking about what? Talking about what?
Well, I don't know. Whatever. the
No idea. Anything. Anything.
Granny?
So.
I've got a premiere coming up in 1 hour on Does a Bear Shit in the Woods? And Tuesday, I'll do some kind of a stream. I haven't figured out what or with who, but it's going to be my last stream for a while because then I'm traveling to Seattle to see my new grandbaby.
Cool. MathPig?
Cadence and Wednesday. We're going to go through her curiosities, and then there might be an after party where we go through some slightly different curiosities.
Oh, that'd be fun. Badger?
Oh,
What the fuck happened?
MySpace. Also, I have. Yes. There is a possible story reading collaboration on my channel in the works.
Cool.
But I cannot confirm its existence for definite yet, or tell you exactly what it'll be about. However,
do you want a slightly weird British sounding person?
I am one.
you've got several in this fucking hangout
You've
here.
been on his show or channel like a bunch of times, Dave.
No, I haven't.
So there may be a little thing happening at some point soon. Also, Amanda should come on my channel.
Yes, Amanda should go on your...
Someone
Is there a character with a Georgian accent you need?
Gonna die. Right,
I thought they
shut up.
sounded kind of Russian.
You better fucking run, Jeff.
Right. All their links will be in the description later when I update them. Thank you very much for coming. You have been a blast in the chat. You have kept everything alive. And thank you again to my guests. We will see you on Monday. Bye.
Bye!
Disney's not canon.
Hi.
Disney's canon.